Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. Good water. I'm going to start this live in about 10 seconds because I do go to work tonight. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. Philip Sadiq. These are about my thoughts and my remembrances of 9/11 and that fateful day when the terrorists hit us with the planes. That was back in the day. I have to first shout out to all the Soul Beat people. If you're still around, I mean, we had something going real big, but I digress. I will circle back to that. That morning in Oakland, San Francisco, it was very warm, very warm. So I'm at home. I'm watching TV because I had just gotten off the night shift. It's about 9 or something. I'm watching, I think it was Channel 2 or Fox News. And then they show this one plane. Okay, this one plane was going off course, and I'm looking, and then it hits the first building. We were just like, what happened? First thing I thought, okay, maybe it was a medical issue with the pilot. Maybe he was it was a diabetic shock or something that happened on the plane. And of course, the speculation went on. And then we see the second plane hit the building. And then we got the unsettling feeling that this is war. They're coming for us. And then later we hear the other plane hit the Pentagon. And then we were, angry, scared. It was like, what was next? And then we got word that the fourth plane, the passengers fought back. I remember I think he said, let's rock. And they fought the hijackers and they crashed that plane. If my memory serves me correct, it was Pennsylvania. Now I'm just going off memory of 20 years ago. One of the prouder moments I have to say that happened in my life was being a reporter for Soul Beat. And I will tell you why. Excuse me. Soul Beat was a station with African American subjects, news, and we did branch out to other areas of the news. The late Chauncey Bailey helped run the news. He ran the news division with JJ, and the late Chuck Johnson was the owner of Soul Beat. On that day, we were calling each other. Chauncey called me. He said, Sadiq, can you come down to the station? We need you down here. Because he had to go to the Oakland Tribune and he had to get information fresh off the wires. Because we had, quote, I think internet was very, 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 very slow back then. Not like today. No, extremely slow. So he would go back to the Oakland Tribune and he would run stories to us and then we would report them over the air. It was like all reporters were coming to the station. And I'm gonna remind you, this was live. This is before live, what we're doing now, internet on my little phone. This is way before that. We were at television cameras. We were just like smaller, like the small news division of another station. We were like that, but we had our own twist to it because it was African American centered. And on that day, people were frightened, people were upset, people were mad. We had, it was Computers and You with Finest and Cheryl. They had a little guy there. They were on laptops and they were downloading stories and printing them up for us to read on the air. Cindy was our production manager. We were taking live phone calls at the time. Rodney, he came in. He was a business reporter. He was telling us that the business ramifications of those planes crashing into the World Trade Center, how the stock market will probably crash and just be, go down to nothing. We have people from the Caribbean. They were giving their spin about what the Caribbean people were thinking of what happened in America on 9/11. We have people from Nigeria. Atunde and his friend from Nigeria. They were giving the perspective of Nigerians from the country and in America, their perspective on what's happening in the Middle East, how this could have happened. I remember Colette. She went to, I think it was UCSF. There was a black professor there. He was African American, studying Middle Eastern studies. He came into the studio and he was telling us the geopolitical ramifications of what happened. The other reporters came in. Community, we had, believe Derek went to BART. He got live interviews from people. The rumors were that the Bay Bridge had been taken down by a plane. They had, blown up BART. So it was just a lot of things that were just floating out there in the community. There was one more thing. What was he went out there. Oh, and we started manning. I'm sorry if I missed any of the reporters. We were taking live phone calls. I was on the phone for about on air for about 3 or 4 hours or so. Cindy did a great job. And the president of SOBI says, hey, you guys take the phone call. He said, because you guys are going to be a safety valve for the community. Whatever they want to say, because there was no 5-second delay back then. It was free flowing. If people curse, you tell them to stop, or you'd have to hang up on them. One thing that was, people were so upset that, I say this with all due sincerity, my Middle Eastern brothers and sisters, when that happened, y'all should thank SOBI, because there were people who wanted to burn down your stores in the black community because they couldn't get the ones who hijacked the airplanes. So they wanted to get, quote, people who looked like them to reach out and touch them. And they had the stores in the community and they were about to loot and burn them and hurt them. We took all those phone calls and we told them, look, they may, quote, look like them, but they're probably not them. We need to just chill. We need to just sit back and just, pray for all those folks who were killed on that day. Your first responders, firemen, police officers, everyone who helped, they ran to the attack, not away from the attack. They ran to the attack and not really knowing that they would lose their lives. They would give their lives in the greatest of services, saving other people. And they had wives, they had husbands, they had girlfriends, they had children, but they didn't think about that. They ran right to that. So those are my memories of 9/11. And I said, I will stand on my square with SOBI. We were, quote, ghetto. But on that day, I was first proud that we did it. Proud as a black man that we had that vehicle to give our perspective, to help the community cool off with logic, intelligence, and reasoning. We were blessed to have that at that particular time. So on this day, say a prayer for the families and the ones who have gone to the paradise before us. So I'm signing off. This has been Philip Sadiq.